This is Genesis 1 and verse 20. And the power said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature. And we know that we are the creature, all right? As well as the animals, but we gotta constantly move, you know? The little creator is to move. Really the only when you're supposed to be stagnant, when you gotta rest and recharge just to be doing that again, you know? 6 days you do your work, your labor, the 7th, you chill out, you know? Let's go back in that point you made.
No,
The moving.
And technically, you shouldn't be sitting down more than half an hour.
Yeah.
I hate sitting down. But I try to get up. I don't try to sit past an half an hour. And then when you do, you get up and you gotta get out, you know?
That's why it's hard for brothers that work them jobs where they gotta drive all day.
Oh
like
man,
me,
that's tough.
Yeah, you gotta get up, get out that car.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel it, more and more. So the spirit telling me just, get more active, because you sitting there driving all day, that ain't gonna work.
I used to do taxi. I was my biggest.
Oh, yeah.
I was like 215, 220.
Oh yeah.
You sitting down 12 hours, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tough. But we in hell. We got to do it. Anybody got something?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is Exodus 20 and 3, and I'll read to verse 5. It says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Exodus 20 and 3. Exodus 20 and 3. It says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Right? So like what the brothers was going into, man.
But it's probably
right? Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations, including Jacob, okay, worshiping the sun, right? Worshiping the moon, worshiping the stars, worshiping animals. Right? You got people down here that worship themselves, man. When worshiping other gods. When it's in the law. You're not supposed to do that shit. And what he got people doing? Going the hell off, man. He got people worshiping him. You know? Yeah.
That's what the Lord said, worship the invisible power. Worship the invisible living power. You know? Was to worship the Lord in spirit.
So at the end of the day, everything that was created, it was through the Heavenly Father, all right, through His Son, and the Allahayim, man. All right, so at the end of the day, all praises goes to Yahweh Basham Yahushua. At the end of the day, He's the workmaster through His Son. All right, Lord, when we of the elect, we help Yahushua create everything that you see. Okay? So anything that you worship on the earth, give credit to the Lord. Okay. Right?
That's why He's known as the God of heavens and earth. You know? So if He's the God of heavens and earth, why are they worshiping the sun?
Right. Why you sitting there worshiping woman?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Whole point is, the thoughts of men are vain, and they worship the creation over the Creator, and that's where you err. You know? We put in the Most High. That's why the Lord said, "Cursed be that trust in man." You got our people. They trust in Trump, and look what's happening.
Yeah.
They put their Trump in these dignitaries, and look what's happening.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, in the examples of Israel, right? We put our trust in men, we put our trust in all those other things, and they fail us every time. They fail us every time. That's why scriptures say what was written aforetime was what written afore man. See?
That's right, bro.
Right? The Most High gave us examples, right? Throughout our history of what not to do, man.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Right? So only a fool would not adhere to those warnings, man. That's why the Most High is fair. You know?
Yeah. Should I read this for you?
Of course.
You finally found it, boy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack. This is Rock chapter 3. Just going into the creators of creation, and that not only the stars and the moon and the grains of the earth are beautiful, but who created it?
That's right.
You know what I mean? You have to give honor to the creator. right? Just like, again, when you see like a famous photographer, like a famous picture, and it took a great picture, you're like, damn, man, who took this picture, man? This is a great picture. You're gonna praise the photographer. So why not praise the Most High for the creation that He made around the world, right? I'll start. This is Luke chapter 3, verse 29, but the points in like 34 and 35. It says, who hath gone up into heaven and taken her and brought her down from the clouds? Who hath gone over the sea and found her and will bring her for pure gold? No man knoweth her way, nor thinketh of her path. But he that knoweth all things knoweth her, and hath found her out with his understanding. He hath prepared the earth for evermore, and hath filled it with the four-footed beast. He that sendeth forth light, and it goeth, calleth it again, and it obeyeth him with fear.
The stars, like it said,
lightning.
So it said that she looked light.
Sun, yeah, sun,
sun, stars, right? And it always obeys. So then it says obeys the Most High with fear, right? Because like I said,
the spirits.
It only stopped one time because the Most High demanded the sun to stop, right? During the battle, right? Yeah, right. It was Joshua. Most High commanded the sun to stop, and that's something that you can't do that.
Yeah, did Elijah do it too?
I think it was
Joshua too.
I know it was one to happen. It was either Joshua. I thought it was Moses. No, I thought it was David.
No,
you said Joshua. I think it was Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua.
It's Joshua. Right?
I'll bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up.
Want it now?
Yeah.
This is Joshua 10, 12 through 14. It says, Then spake Joshua to the Lord, and he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon.
Basically, stop.
Yeah, basically, stop talking. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people have avenged themselves upon their enemies.
Oh boy. So it said Joshua called and asked the Most High for that? Or how
It
is
said,
it?
It says, Then Joshua spake to the Lord.
Oh, wow. So he actually prayed. See? Go ahead. Damn. Go ahead.
You going?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me.
Wow.
That's what it said.
That's not, come on, man. That's not spiritual power.
Right.
What is?
So prayer is important.
Right.
That's right. Okay. Hold on.
And that shit hasn't been a war, right? Because if he wasn't, he'd be like, nah, man, I'm not gonna. No war, bitch. For what? So you can slaughter these people? No, man. Yeah. Right? Most High's a man of what? See?
It says, Then spake Joshua to the Lord. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel.
Right.
And he said in the sight of Israel,
Yeah.
Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, thou moon, in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is this not written in the book of Joshua? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and not to go down about a whole day.
That book of Joshua that's out now, that's not the real book of Joshua. We're going to have that as a book of Joshua in the kingdom.
Yep. That was it.
Luke chapter 3, verse. I'll start from 29 again. Who hath gone up into heaven and taketh her, and brought her down from the clouds? Who hath gone over the sea and found her, and will bring her for pure gold? No man knoweth her, nor thinketh of her path. But he that knoweth all things knoweth her, and hath found her out with understanding. It says, he prepared the earth. He that prepared the earth forevermore hath filled it with four-footed beasts. He that sendeth forth light, and it goeth, calleth it again, and it obeyeth him with fear. We just proved it.
Yeah.
The point, it says, the stars shined in their watches and rejoiced. When he calleth them, they say, Here we be. And so with cheerfulness they show light unto him that made them. This is our power, Yahweh Yahushai, and there shall none other be accounted for in comparison of him. He hath found out all way of knowledge, and hath given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved. Afterward did he show himself apart and converse with them. That's right. So really all basically the mysteries of the universe, the powers of the sun and the stars and the universe and the galaxies, you get the point. He gave it to the children of Israel. Do who? Yahweh Shai. All praise be to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's right. All right? That's why we don't fear death, man. That's right. Okay? You can do whatever right now. You're still going to be, Yahweh Shai still will come and claim his throne. All right? And you Edomites, we're still going to slavery and you other nations as well. Nice. Nice. There you go.
That's right.
And now spiritual power.
This is Revelation. This is Revelation 4 and verse 10. The 4 and 20 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him that liveth forever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for pleasure they are. That is the fourth chapter. It says, and for thou hast created all, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. That was it. Then they go into verse 4, chapter 5. Even the 24 elders, which is angels, they bow down continually before the Lord, worshiping him, and said that you are worthy to be praised because you created all things for your pleasure. You know, if you talk about pleasure, this is all for the Lord's pleasure. That's right. The war drama, you know, he eats all up, gonna take him down, putting his sons at the lowest, and then he gonna rise back up. It's like you know how Jake played GTA, and you know they got their main character, you know, on the highest spectrum side with his creation. He could do what the hell he want. You know? So what? I got two. Okay.
I got the word for pleasure, right? In that scripture it says, what one wishes or has determined shall be. Right? So come on, bring it back. Read that again. Verse 11.
It says,
this is unto the Most High's pleasure.
That's in the scripture. Okay.
So read it again for the win.
Right. It's Revelation 4 and 11.
Yeah.
Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
It says, for his pleasure, for the Most High's pleasure, they are and were created. Right? So the word pleasure, I'll read it in this long. Read it again, one more again, right? It says, the word for pleasure, it says, what one wishes,
slow it down.
Right? What one wishes or has determined shall be. It's Mo. Right? It says,
Basic prophecy.
Something over.
Well, it says all up to the Lord, but it determines to be. That's right.
Check that out.
Well, that's happening now.
It's got to be God. Hello. So, in G20:7, you know the Greek word there? Telema. Yeah. Now, you go back to the law of Telema, goes back to Alice the Crow.
Good over, brothers. We did it. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. What's the word again? Telema. So basically, the Most High do is say, will.
it's the Most High, yeah.
It's his will. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow.
Power words.
Right?
That's
So that's
his will.
That's the Most High's will, right?
Determine means will, by the way, too.
Right, well. Let's just, real quick, this is just the law of Telema, right? The main tenet of the Telema is to do what will, which means that the Lemites should do what they want. Now, see, Alistair Crowley, that's the idea of Thelema. Now, the idea of Thelema go back to Alistair Crowley, but he had the mindset of Thelema left-hand side. Now, the Most High, ultimately, he do what he wants. He said in Romans 9 chapter, you know, like, everything's for his purpose. Like Paul said, who's that replies against the Most High? No, in other words, the Most High do what he wants. Right. But he do it in righteousness. Whereas on the left-hand side, they do what they want in wickedness. Right. But I was just surprised the word there in the Greek goes back to the word Thelema. Right.
Makes sense.
Right.
So learning every week.
A little more. It says, of the purpose of the Most High to bless mankind, which it means Israel.
Yeah.
Through Yahweh Shah.
It's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom.
The Greek word, right? The Greek word Thelema translates to will, desire, or pleasure.
Ooh, I got something now.
In other words, the Most High purpose. Like whatever the Most High's was, everything falls under the Most High purpose.
Right.
Everything was created with a purpose. Whether it be righteousness. Esau was created with a purpose.
That's right.
That's why he said Romans the 9th chapter, created one
I got you.
Most High's the
I got you.
I don't want to quote it wrong.
I got you. No,
you can make one to honor and one to dishonor.
Yeah.
That's the Most High.
Want me to get that for you? Or?
Yeah, come. Matter of fact, we can start what verse?
Is that Romans? That's a Roman 9, right?
Yeah, it's a Romans 9. I don't know what verse is it?
19.
21.
We can start up, right?
Let's start at 1.
All right. Okay. We're gonna be here for days.
All right, let's go to
because I want to get. I'll get it already for you. Romans 9, and I'll start from 14. Well, you know what? It's kind of hard now.
See, the whole chapter is
bad. Yeah. It says, Romans 9:15, what should we say then? I'll start from 12. I got it.
Matter of fact, go ahead.
It says, it was said on the herd, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. The subject does start at 14 because it's in bold letters here. So 14 it says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. And this ends up what we're saying right now. Right? It's like you just said, like the elder just said, it's not an unrighteousness because it's the Most High's will. It's everything in righteousness. Right? It says, he says, for he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
That show you too how powerful the name of the Most High and how important the significance of the power of the name of the Most High. So the Most High played with Pharaoh's head to think that he was bigger than what he was, just so he could declare his name. So the Most High is the ultimate manipulator.
That's right.
And the word manipulate is, we can go back to the Latin word mano. It means hand. So the Most High, he's the black hand, the real black hand. He controls everything. He's hands-on.
Just like this world, right? Right? That's what do you gather? You gather stuff in your hands. But not the Lord say he's gathering all the nations, the valley of decision. The Lord is constructing all the stuff we see around the world today.
It says it's a fifth thing
to fall into the hands
of the beloved power.
It says, therefore he hath mercy, and whom he harden. That was said then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath to his will?
Purpose.
That's right.
Pleasure.
That's right. Nobody. Even Esau thinks he's going to bring in the New World Order. He's going to accomplish, chipping everybody, right? But really, everything you're doing now, talking to you Rothschilds and Rockefellers, all you're doing is fulfilling the Lord's will.
That's it.
Right? You're following his path. What Esau Saul is doing right now is what the Most High wants him to do. Okay?
Yeah.
You can't resist the Most High's will. And they know it on a deeper level. I did a show called Project Looking Glass. You know, and they know that there's a catastrophic event that they can't get around. They've done a number of simulations on the computer, calculations, and after T12, the calculations and the simulations of their quantitors still wind up coming up with a catastrophic event. You know, they're using CERN, hydro colliders, and all this kind of technology. They can't get around this catastrophic event. This is why they created bunkers, space stations, because they know that there's going to be an event happening that they can't escape. See, they were able to do certain things for some amount of time, but after 2012, they couldn't do anything. No matter what they did to change whatever, it all led to that same point. Project Looking Glass, you know, and that's on the left-hand side. You know, they have some kind of urim and thummim with certain technologies and plasma and things that where they can do something called time distortion. They have that also with quantum computing, and overall, they know it's over. Okay, but they're so stupid. They're still trying to. They're still trying.
Right.
But they're preparing. That's why they have space station bunkers thinking that they can escape. Going to like Revelation 12 and 12, right? Rejoice, he has need that dwell in him, because the devil comes on you pain wrath, knows he has to go to short time. He knows the deal. So there's nothing you can do. Okay? This is the beauty, power of the Lord, man. So this is what we're reading here. So again, it says, therefore hath he had mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden. Thou wilt say that then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will?
Yeah, so Most High, he do it on the right hand side. You know? So Esau, he do what he wants on the left hand side. But the Most High, he has the right to do what he wants. He's the creator. Because Esau, he's the creation. Whereas the Most High is the creator.
Also, we'll back you up also. The Most High controls both left and the right. Both
right and left, yeah.
Them left-hand demons still go follow the Lord.
He controls the engine and the transmission. You know what I'm saying? He operates the whole car. Yep. That's the Most High. He's controlled everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Isaiah 45 and verse 7. I form the light and create darkness.
Right.
I make peace and create evil. Right. I, the Lord, do all these things. Plain to the point.
Most High creates duality.
Yeah. Plain to the point.
Exactly. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 20.
Like I was listening to something, and I was thinking about, like, you mentioned about Project Blue Beam, and seeing the technology from years ago. And you only can imagine how effective that technology is right now.
Yeah,
like I seen videos of like holograph shit, and that shit look shit. That's old technology. You can imagine it now. Like there was a big thing with a concert with Tupac. That shit looked real
back then.
Yeah, and you only imagine what he's able to do now.
What they're doing it now with the brothers doing many shows now with the AI.
Yeah, I was just about to say AI. Like this keep popping up on social media how fast AI is evolving. They're showing the old AI video of Will Smith eating Getty. You can tell it's AI. Now you see now some shit you almost can't tell it's AI. You know, and you kind of can tell through the background and the light.
Yep.
You could tell because it'd be a little too perfected. Like the light would be a little too perfect. It has to be AI. But you see it now, shit.
It's getting harder and
harder. Making movies with AI.
Exactly. That's the script that I did a show on. The title was called the Yai Club of AI.
Yeah.
You know, just playing on words. The Yai Club means basically an overthrow or to replace.
Right.
You know, by tactical or just to take over. And that's what's happening now with AI.
Right.
But AI is not going to deceive the elect. But we know that ultimately it's being used to trick the world, to overthrow the world, and overall to go after the prophets. You know, they're using this to create the fake stage events.
lot of this stuff is Esau's like magic. Like a lot of this shit go back to magic on the left-hand side. And it was Apostle Hall that brought it out about a lot of these like the AI technology, like it invoked these like these robots. A lot of like Esau be talking about certain type of extra intelligence that these robots be. So those be demons, because these technology is almost close to a human body. Like Esau mimic a human body so well, demons get attracted to it.
Well, you're right, because these people are demons, and what they do, they actually put somebody in a suit to do the movements, and they program that male spirit into that robot. So it is.
It'll be like
Yep.
Like Apostle Hall brought it out. It was an account when they had to abandon some type of I forget the project, but they abandoned the project because it was getting too intelligent. They would ask certain questions, and then they started speaking an unknown language. Then they found out later it was Hebrew. It was a couple months ago, actually. I think it was a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago. Apostle Hall mentioned that in one of his videos. He was going into the left-hand side. And Esau get his power from the left-hand side. He be speaking to demons, or them communicating with him. That's why he got CERN.
Yeah.
You know, he trying to open up portals so he get stronger access to these powerful demons.
Romans 9:19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth ye yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High? Shall a thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the powder power over the clay? Of the same lump, one vessel unto honor, and another unto dishonor? What if the Most High, willing to show his and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
The vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, Esau. And the Most High created duality. You know, like he made an analogy with a potter. He could make a vessel to honor and a vessel to dishonor. And a potter could make a vase for house decoration, or he could make a somewhere for somebody to sit in. You know, both were created by the potter. But can the creation come up against the potter? No. The potter do what he wants to do. That's right. You know, how he engineered you is how he engineered you. That's right. You know, you just the creation. That's it. That's right. Like this is the Most High movie. Now, with the movie, there's a cast. That's right. Now, I don't know if I see that movie, Quentin Tarantino movie, Reservoir Dogs. Yeah. And Mr. Pink. How come I'm Mr. Pink? Oh, no, was it Mr. Pink? Yeah, Mr. Pink and Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown sound like Miss Chick. So, like, look, the main guy that was the head of the heist. He look, this is your name, and that's your name for the heist. Yeah. Nobody gonna get a real name. You Mr. Brown, you Mr. Pink, whether you like it or not. So that's how the Most High is. Look, this is your purpose, whether you like it or not. I cast you to play this line, and I cast these people to play this line. They're gonna receive a blessing, you're gonna receive a curse. That's it.
It says, what if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy? Read it again. And that he might make known the riches of his glory.
The riches of glory, and the riches is comprised of the knowledge that the Most High is revealing to us, and then the kingdom he has prepared for us. You know, that's for us. Sorry, 3:10. All right. That's quick.
Lamont did it with him, man.
We're good.
So I'll keep going. So it says,
okay. That's it.
Spiritual power, huh? Yeah. So I'll keep going. It says, I got a brother in the car. You got one down too? I'm good. It says Romans 9 and 21. Excuse me, 23. It says, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy which he had prepared unto glory. It says, even us whom he hath called not of the Jews, but also of the Gentiles.
The Gentiles is representing the Israelites that didn't know. These are the Israelites living in Turkey or Asia Minor, Greece. And they didn't know they were Israelites, so they had to come back to the knowledge. Like, we go back to the history of these, and the Hellenization of Israel, a lot of them was Hellenized. So through the Hellenization, over generation, they lost their identity, you know? So they was coming to the truth.
I think that was a good point.
Yeah, so the point was the Most High do what he wanted.
Yeah, but the best,
you know, so we see everything belongs to the Most High. The village belongs to the Most High. The earth belongs to the Most High. You know, the clouds, the rain, all belong to the Most High. Even us belongs to the Most High. Nothing belongs to us. And as the Bible gives, he will also take it away. The kingdom and world dominion belong to the Most High.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Excuse me. He said one, and you take it. Yeah, there you go. Give it to you and you take it away.
That's right.
See, we understand the power and the majesty of the Most High. That's why we fear, and we operate in humility. Whereas the world and Esau, they don't understand the majesty of the Most High, but they're gonna feel the majesty of the Most High with pain and destruction.
That's right. Yeah, there's a consequence for going against the will of the Lord, man. And the thing about it, well, I'll get real quick. Well, actually, let's put that in Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. And you work. Ecclesiastes 24. You know?
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of sons of men is Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Yeah, so fully set in them to do evil, you know. That's why Esau think, he can be warned because nothing has happened to him yet. But this man is such a degenerate, the Most High's timetable, right, which is above time, he created time. It doesn't compare to this time on the world, you know what I mean? And just like the Lord was, now it seems like over 2,000 years ago, right? But to the Lord, his crucifixion was literally, but to him, a little bit over 2 days. We're inside of the third day, which is now. So it may seem like nothing's going to happen to Esau, what we've done to the children of Israel and overall to the Most High and the Lord. But the Most High, it's quick to the Lord. And he's about to show his judgment now.
Okay? Plus it says the Most High is slow to wrath.
Yep.
So it might seem like a long time, but the Most High is allowing, like the scripture say, him to dig his own pit. Right?
Yeah.
He that diggeth the pit shall fall in. So the Most High is just racking up them cases, right? Them charges. He was like a DA, right? A defense attorney.
Yeah, he doing it after Esau did with Rico. Yeah, have all the evidence stacked against you.
Yeah, they just want.
They take their time with it.
Yeah, they let it confirm it.
They let it marinate.
There you go. Yeah.
They allow you to go in, and then when they're ready to bring it to the charges and start grabbing everybody up, They do that on their time.
Yeah.
But the person under a RICO, they think nothing. They think shit is good.
Yeah.
Until the fucking feds, the feds kick in the door. Yeah. That's it.
Like I said, this is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and verse 9. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation